out to get you.
Well, no, I guess if it's an OCD thing for me assuming people look at me if I enter a room, yeah. Or it's my ego.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a famous person walk in the room and we didn't look at him. That was the problem.
I looked at him. I noticed he was wearing...
Oh, no, that's not...
I noticed he was wearing a neat T-shirt. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I liked that.
Well, you know what it was is that you were listening to Stephen Colbert, so you were looking away from me and listening to someone else.
I'm sorry.
No, not at all.
Welcome. It's so nice to see you.
It's wonderful to see you guys.
Now, Kris, we've got what we've decided to do is let the listeners ask you the questions. So they've sent them in. They've texted them.
Oh, when did they do this?
Just earlier.
Today.
We mentioned you were going to be. They knew you were going to be.
They knew you were.
So
coming.
they knew this yesterday.
Mm-hmm. But they sent them in this morning. We decided to let them ask the questions. And
they literally did it by postal.
Just now.
They never did this before.
Never before.
Not email, but literally UPS.
Stamps.
So
yes.
nice. I love it that you
Carrier
did that again.
That sort of thing. So these are the questions that they want
by
to know.
Pony Express.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Kris Kattan.
Did someone actually say that?
I'm
so sweet.
I'm doing my NPR.
Oh, okay.
Why did you never do a Mango movie? Is the question.
These are going to be good. Why did I never do it?
Wasn't there a rumor of a script that's still floating out there that is apparently?
No, there's a rumor of a Mr. Peepers script.
Mr. Peepers script.
Which that was in Entertainment Weekly, and they made it like a big thing.
They made it sound like there's this script floating around and it's hilarious.
It's like Forrest Gump. It's really good, and I never read it. Oh, that's the Peepers. Let me get back to the question.
Yes.
Because that's what's really going on. I don't know if I.
Do you want to do?
I think at one point I was going to maybe do one. I know Disney wanted to do one, but I don't think Lorne Michaels wanted to do one.
Those kind
Disney
of
wanted
decisions
to
are
do one.
ultimately up to him.
Which is interesting, yeah, but which is weird. If he knew Disney wanted to do it, then he probably would have hopped on board. But the only idea I had in regards to that, but I did not want to do it. I was the one who did not want to do it. I don't know why. Maybe I should have done it.
No.
Who knows?
I think
we
all have the fond
I did silly
Mango
things.
On the show and,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I thought the only idea I had was that, there would be in the beginning, a lot of mangoes lived on a mango island. And then they all died except for one mango.
It's so sad. That's a sad story.
Oh, we haven't seen the movie yet.
I like it.
And then he came to America, like what was the little Cuban kid who was on the tire?
Oh,
Elian Gonzalez.
Yeah, thank you. And then he went to Miami and immediately started stripping.
Like money.
And then he somehow got mixed up in it'd be kind of like an Austin Powers kind of a feel. He and Britney Spears were gonna be some sort of a espionage thing, and he lived in his home of solitude or house chamber.
Fortress of Solitude.
Fortress of Solitude, and it was all glass,
I like
so you could
this.
see him. But he's like he had a glass plane like Wonder Woman. Fortress of Solitude was, but you could see him the whole time. So if people kept going, see him in the street, going like, "What is everybody looking at?" But they could see him go to the bathroom because it's all glass.
You know how you get this going is you
no, it's not going to happen.
You convince Britney to make it happen.
Oh, maybe.
She would do it. She would do it in a second.
I convince a lot of people if they get drunk.
Now you mentioned Lorne Michaels. I'm going to go off.
Sure, I just saw him Saturday.
People want to know because everybody has an interesting story about auditioning for Lorne Michaels. They want to know if you have a story about auditioning for Lorne Michaels.
My story, well, concerning him is I auditioned for Saturday Night Live, but I did not. You can't. You're on the stage where you say hello, welcome or whatever. Where the guest host.
Hello, Kris. Hello.
And then you can't see him. He doesn't talk to you. Nobody's laughing. You don't know who's watching you. It's all dark, and because they're doing via satellite to Burbank, I think. And you have absolutely no idea how you did. You just go by your own like feeling or gut.
What did you do for him?
Oh, I did. They said to do 5 characters and 2 impressions.
Okay.
And keep it under 5 minutes. I think that's what it was. Or 3 characters, something like that. So I did the Mr. Peepers, and I had a radio that played narrated this to Mr. Peepers. He's da-da-da-da-da. And I brought a stool like this, and I sat on it. Or no, I stood on it. And then at that time, I can contort my body, and like I'd stand on one leg, and my other leg was up in the air. And I can kind of like do that with an apple, and I ate the apple. And then I did the substitute teacher. You know, we did, good afternoon, I'm Sue Warner. I'm going to be your substitute for Miss Sassana. Some of you, me in photography, what it but don't see no recognize you. So I did that. And then that was actually my first sketch of my first week of starting SNL. It made, at the read-through, nobody laughed at all. And except for Fred Wolf and Lorne kind of giggled. And which usually that means you're not getting a sketch in.
Oh yeah.
But they got it.
It was a slow week.
But it was in, and this is the first time that politics was really behind me. It was very interesting, and it made it to the top of the show. So it was the first week I started, and the first sketch of the night, which is a really big deal, and that really alienated a lot of people actually.
He's the new guy.
Yeah, it was kind of like that, but I thought like that's. I was excited.
Sure.
But it felt easy, and then I realized a lot of people were not happy with that. So I think they slowed me down.
Now your dad was in the Groundlings.
I'll just say like the first time I started not getting sketches in or failing is when I started getting friends.
Oh, okay. Now your dad was in the Groundlings and in
Correct.
the business a lot.
Yeah.
And was it like you were just gonna do it, or there was no
No.
question that you would go do anything else other than be
Well, I went to go see him do the Groundlings on the weekends, and on the weekdays I lived in Mount Baldy, which was like a national forest where my mom and stepdad were Zen monks. So it was a big contrast.
Wow.
And that wasn't so interesting to me. They hang out with like Leonard Cohen and Carlos Castaneda, but I didn't know what that is or was.
You appreciate it now, but not.
I understand it now. Then I was like, "Where's my C-3PO pillow?"
Yeah.
Exactly.
And my penis.
Are those things related at all?
Well sure. In
she
1978,
She doesn't understand.
she does. Well,
No.
penises are coming back. They were so out and stuff, but now they're back. They're back with a big old hoopla
35th anniversary of Star Wars.
of the penis. Oh,
Yeah, and the penis. Well, and see.
when? Today's the 35th anniversary.
Today.
That's not true.
It is.
I thought Star Wars Day was like a month ago.
Well, that was Star Wars Day.
What's today?
Today is the release of the film.
It came out on
What's the
Memorial
difference?
Weekend,
Memorial
35 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's amazing. I thought it was the 35th anniversary of my
35th.
penis.
And your penis. Let's see. Let's go to.
I
Yes?
don't think I answered that question.
You
Maybe.
didn't. No.
What was it? I
I don't know.
forgot what it was. Doesn't matter.
So what?
Your
So
dad. All right.
no, you were asking your dad.
I like that you're answering
I was
these.
just asking.
Or I'm
his-
answering these.
His dad.
You asked about his dad.
Yeah, so he was in the ground. So I watched. I saw that how much attention he got. Like people, he got laughs and that kind of thing. And Paul Rubens started creating Pee Wee Herman, all this great stuff. It was neat to see people's process, and I saw a sense of something I could probably do by putting on a show or something.
So you have no other skills.
No, I was really good drawer. A really good
artist.
drawer, like with my left hand.
Left-handed artist.
Yeah, and I drew I won all those in the TV Guide thing. I won that draw thing.
You drew the
exactly.
turtle?
I drew. It was a bear. I think it was a bear.
So you,
I drew it.
Can you
But I
draw
drew
this?
and I
there was
drew
usually-
stuff.
There was a pirate. There was a turtle, a chicken, and a bear.
I was a really good drawer. In fact, few people that are very supposedly intellectual thought I was like a real artist. Like I draw quickly.
Okay.
I
here.
drew Roshi. It's not gonna be
Oh,
very good.
now come on.
No, I want to
I don't.
do.
I had a style that was
just
really
doodle.
interesting.
Just
Come
doodle
on.
on that.
Yeah.
We didn't ask him to come
It's
in
really
and do
weird.
impressions.
I don't think
either.
I've done
You
this
make
in
him
so long.
perform on
But
the
I did
spot.
one of the Roshi, the Zen monk, and they put it on the cover of Zero magazine, which was a big deal then. It was like a magazine with Joan.
Well, let's
Judy
you and
Collins.
let's you
I
and I
don't
make
know.
a comic book. Let's you and I make a.
What am I drawing?
Just whatever you want. Just doodle
That doesn't
something.
make any sense. Okay.
Let's make a mango
doodle.
I've
comic.
never drawn anything.
We can write that
In a long
story
time.
about the island of mangoes
What am I doing?
and all that, and you can draw it and make it into a comic.
Okay.
That would
Look,
be
I'm already
huge.
having a good time.
No, see, the truth with
this
this,
hat
Kris.
guy.
We don't have any prizes to give away today. So
Are we on the air yet?
Yeah.
It's all rehearsal.
Whatever you do here, we'll give away later.
Kris Kattan performing 2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow.
Oh, that's why I'm here, by the way.
and the
I'm
show
here
on
in Utah
Sunday.
doing a show.
Yeah, 7 and 9. So you're going to be here on Sunday as well.
Yeah, it's a really good show.
What sort of a stand up do you do? What sort of a show?
It's
are we
all
seeing?
in black voice. Like, it's very offensive.
Nice.
That'll go over really well here.
It goes so well.
Oh, that
Hey,
will.
what's up? I'm like, get out of here. We're gonna kill you. No, it's very funny. It's human, but funny. I'm not making any like important statements.
How dirty?
It's kind of dirty,
Okay.
but you know what? I didn't plan on it. It's weird because like I don't know what way to do. What did you just type down? My height.
No.
She's
in the
rounding
chat
up more
room.
questions.
You would be
in the
so
chat.
good in Apollo 13. You would be really good, or 18.
They're just saying you're
They're one of them.
quiet.
But
They're talking about how handsome you are.
that's
She's
no
responding.
way. Really?
Yes.
What does it say?
Sure, as far
That's
as
the
you
chat
know.
room.
That's why
They're
she's so quiet.
They're saying you're quiet.
You're quiet.
And you're
And I said you're just moving away from me.
You're quiet.
He's just tired. He's
Well,
just
you know what?
tired,
No, I'm
you
not
know?
tired. I've experienced a lot in my life, and I know that
This man
it
has
works when
stomped-
you just let it happen.
Exactly. Stomped on the terra. So is it
Wait, well, I was gonna. Oh yeah, so I do the show. And
Yes.
it's
A little dirty.
I didn't mean for it to be dirty, but I do tell stories, and then it's like, oh God, I'm talking about the vagina again. But it's
Again
not
with
that
the
bad.
vagina.
But it starts off physical. I tried to make it. There's a few things in my act or whatever that many people have said in the different clubs, saying it's so great to see somebody in the audience or work with the audience. I've never seen that before, so that's good. So these
Nice.
things
So
I
you
do
like that kind
that
of
no one's ever seen before, so I like that, and it's something I do naturally, and the crowd loves it. So there's some dancing involved with, because I'm physical. And I talk about the characters. I don't do the characters. I don't walk out in props and stuff. But I'll do it, and then I'll talk about an experience about how when I did Mr. Peepers that I would, basically dry hump Cameron Diaz's face at the end of this week, and
You can get away with it. When
I
you're
can get away with it.
character.
And that she was a sweet girl and perfect, but when she laughed, she'd go. I thought that was very that made me feel good about myself.
It's a nice
Because
thing
she
to have on
sounded
your
like a
resume.
retard.
by the
What?
way. That's a nice thing to have on your resume. I dry humped Cameron Diaz's face.
Here's my drawing of you, but it's not done.
There you go. You getting there. You getting there. 2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow, 1 on Sunday, 7 and 9.
But that picture of me is good looking.
It is, isn't it? Handsome man right there.
Yes.
WiseGuysComedy.com is the website. You can get your tickets there. He's out in the West Valley in the big room. Out in
The
West
big
Valley.
room, not the small one.
No, the
No.
small room's across the street.
That's a bathroom.
That's basically. Yeah.
It's someone's passenger seat.
It's not a big room.
It's not what we thought it was.
You get the big room.
The small room, that little room, started 35 years ago
that
when
one over
Star
there?
Wars came out.
When Star Wars came out, yeah.
What's the OJ Wars?
The what?
This is
Oh, these
OJ
are just
Wars.
things
I
we
know.
talk about on the show.
I have no idea what the OJ Wars
Is OJ versus somebody today in the
No,
prison?
no.
My money's on OJ. I don't
No,
care who
this
it is.
gentleman in the back.
Well, this
I don't have anything to say.
is my attorney.
Well, thank God he's here, because
Yes.
I'm about to shoot you all.
Very good.
No,
That's
why?
a very good move.
What? How are you related?
He's our
I'm just
attorney.
here to make sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you?
That your
Are you?
plot for the
Are you
Mango
here waiting
movie-
for Passover?
Exactly. Exactly right.
All right.
My concern was that plot for the Mango movie was lifted from King Kong. So
What?
it just had to.
Oh, wait, no, he was not. He was taken to America? Wasn't?
But everyone else died, and he was the only one left.
He
just
was
like
not.
Kong.
Were there other monkeys or?
No, there were
apes?
other monsters on Monster
There were
Island.
monsters. There were not
Yeah,
other.
They left other monsters because they went back.
All the sequels. Did they have a Son of King Kong?
They had
Was that-
Son of Kong and
Son of Kong.
King
and
Kong versus
cousin,
Godzilla. but
cousin Kong.
Are
they
they
went
all
back.
big apes?
Yeah,
I never saw
it's
any of
Monster
those.
Island. What do you?
Yeah.
They have little ones.
Does anyone remember those? Probably
No, I
not.
don't.
Other than me, no.
People get confused when they see black and white. They think it's broken or something. Some people don't like. I'll say one thing. When I was doing stand-up, some people didn't know. God, some people. I told a story about how Bono. I talked to Bono for a while, and at the end of the conversation, I said, "Well, it's so nice to meet you, Bono." He goes, "Goodbye, Jimmy." He thought it was Jimmy Fallon.
Oh no.
Just kind of like. And then the next day, Jimmy Fallon goes, "Oh my God, Bono called me. He's inviting me to a birthday party."
Oh, he thought he was inviting you.
I know. I got really bummed. And then I said to, as a reference, It's like Cyrano de Bergerac, and then there's cricket. Nobody was talking about it.
Yeah.
I mean, Roxanne with Steve Martin, cricket.
That one.
I
they did?
mean,
Oh, okay.
you know, Shakespeare, cricket. Like, whoa. Then I went,
Never mind.
Sandler? And they went, yeah!
Well, thanks, Jimmy. It's been nice having
Nice
you.
to
Thanks,
meet you,
Jimmy.
Kris Kattan, 2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow, 1 on
Yeah,
Sunday.
they're really funny.
And an excellent job. Thanks for coming in.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate that.
What about you? Do you want to say something?
She's just
Are
busy.
you the other attorney?
She's a paralegal.
You're the defendant,
She's
and
taking the
he's the
notes.
prosecutor.
She's taking the minutes.
All right, we got big boy news and opinion.
What's happening? What's happening in the news?
What?
Then finally